Hey guys, this is AJ here, back with another one. Welcome to the very first live stream of the AJ's Panel podcast. It's good to see all you guys. I'm glad that you guys can join me. And yeah, guys, so today we're gonna do this first live stream and have some callers call in. And yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate all the support. And away we go. So today, guys, we're going to talk about the friend zone and how basically it's just not a good place to be. And a lot of guys end up in the friend zone and they don't quite understand why it's such a bad place to be and why it's a total and complete waste of time to be there. So, guys, it's interesting that people they don't quite understand why the friend zone is the way it is. Such a bad thing. And the thing is, guys, is that all the time that you waste spending time and effort on a chick who's in your friend zone, that's time that you could actually spend on other people, better yourself, spend on your better yourself, relationships with actual friends, or even getting actual girls. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, guys, I think we have a couple panel members here who want to join in on the conversation. And yeah, I'll drop the link to start taking calls here in a little bit. But for everyone that decided to be on the panel, guys, why don't you just chime in and let us know who you are.
Uh, oh, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
So this is Doug MPA, 42 years old, professional, no kids, African American, out here on these streets trying to figure it out. Uh, I'm excited about this panel because I mean, the friend zone is the worst place to be, and uh, uh, yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Ray, what's up, man? I think that you're muted.
Hello.
Yep.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. How's it going, everybody? I'm Ray.
Cool, man. Well, yeah, it's so yeah, guys, the friend zone is pretty much, I always say, the whole let's just be friends thing. It's the kiss of death, right? So the scorpion sting. If you're ever after a girl and she says, I see you more as a brother or just friends, just dip. There's no reason why you should ever keep messing with, talking to, or spending time with a woman who you're shot at and she just dissed you. You know what I'm saying? I think we could all come to a consensus on that, right? Right, guys?
Well,
Yeah.
let me get into some technical things. So, in my opinion, the friend. Okay, guys, when we're young, what do men want the most out of women? They want sex, right? And so when you enter into any kind of relationship with a woman when you're young, you're in an open-ended, emotional, monetary, physical emotional, mental, monetary relationship with a woman until she gives you sex. Now, let me say, a woman doesn't have to give you sex because remember, women have been telling us for over 50 years that women don't owe men their bodies, they don't owe men anything. So guys, it's your responsibility. If you're giving your resources, your mental, emotional, monetary resources, and you're not getting sex, don't expect a woman to say, oh, I don't want to take that from you anymore. It's your responsibility to cut that off. And I will
Gotcha.
also
Gotcha.
conversely say,
But here's the
uh,
thing:
mhm,
people need to understand that your time is the most valuable thing you have, and everything is transactional. And they want to add, oh, it's about feelings and connection. No, it's not, because you have a finite amount of time that is measurable. Feelings aren't, and that's what a lot of these women operate in, right? And that's why men always come out the losers in these type of situations. It's because they expect you to give, and them to just take. But I think,
Well, if I could add one last thing, that's why, guys, when you hit 35 and you've achieved just how what I said about an open-ended emotional, monetary, and mental relationship for sex, women, you're gonna put women in the friend zone when it comes to commitment. Don't feel bad about it either. If you hit 35 and you've accomplished stuff, women have to do the same thing to you that you had to do to them when you're trying to get sex when
that's
you're
fact.
younger. A
So
woman needs to enter into emotional, mental, physical relationship with you until you give them commitment. And if you don't feel bad about it, because they didn't feel bad for you.
that's
It's
fact.
up to them to cut
So
it off when they realize that they're never going to get it.
so I think that a lot of guys haven't really understood where this whole friend zone thing came from, right? Because back in the day, men and women weren't friends. For anyone who's watching this, do you remember your dad ever having female friends that he would go kick it with and go to your mom, hey honey, I'm gonna go kick it with Jill? No. Do you remember your granddad having female friends? Do you remember your mom having male friends? No. That's a relatively new thing. And where did it all start, guys? When Harry met Sally. Who remembers this movie? Right? When Harry met Sally. Let's just jump into this right now. Guys, anyone in the chat, drop a 1 if you remember this foolishness. Here we go.
Can a man say a woman is attractive without it being a come on? All right. Let's just say, just for the sake of argument, that it was a come on. What do you want me to do about it? I take it back, okay? I take it back.
You can't take it back
Why not?
because it's already out there.
Oh, geez, what are we supposed to do? Call the cops? It's already out there.
Just let it lie. Okay?
Great, let it lie. That's my policy. That's what I always say. Let it lie. Want to spend the night in a motel? See what I did? I didn't let it lie.
Harry.
I said I would, and then I didn't.
Harry.
I went the other way.
Harry.
What?
We are just going to be friends.
Boom.
Okay?
Great, friends.
that.
It's the best thing. You realize, of course, that we could never be friends.
Why not?
What I'm saying is, and this is not a come on in any way, shape, or form, is that men and women can't be friends because the sex part always gets in the way.
That's not true. I have a number of men friends and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You only think you do.
You're saying I'm having sex with these men without my knowledge?
No, what I'm saying is they all want to have sex with you.
That's facts.
They do not.
Do too.
Yes.
They do not.
Do too.
How do you know?
Because no man can be friends with a woman that he finds attractive. He always wants to have sex with her.
So you're saying that a man can be friends with a woman he finds unattractive?
No, you pretty much want to nail him too.
What if they don't want to have sex with you?
Doesn't matter. Because the sex thing is already out there, so the friendship is ultimately doomed, and that is the end of the story.
Well, I guess we're not going to be friends then.
Guess not.
That's too bad. You were the only person that I knew in New York.
So, guys, there you go, right there. And this was 30-something. This is in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how long ago was this? You know what I'm saying?
85, I think.
Yeah, yep. And we've been talking about this BS ever since. And women are still delusional after all this time. And the craziest part is there are all these simps that are thinking that they can be friends with women. Guys, it's been decades of this. Decades. You know what I'm saying? And this foolishness is still going on to this day. Why? Someone tell me why. Someone chime in quick. Tell me why this is still going on.
I could add to that, um, the '90s, dude. Steve Urkel chasing after Laura.
That's facts. That's
Roger
facts.
chasing after the sister twins.
Mm.
Cody on Step by Step chasing after Dana. Just all the friend zone simp BS. Where if you just try hard enough, if you just try, she'll realize it's all cat, it's all BS. And let me put a period on that by saying, if you went to high school or you grew up in the '90s, the guy from the '90s were the most romantic
Yeah,
simps
yeah,
ever
we
on
were
the planet.
the most simp generation there is. We had Babyface and I'll Be Sure and
All the
all
music,
these, yeah,
all the
all these
shows.
R&B artists saying all this sweet crap into women's ears, and they started to believe this. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yep. But most of us who didn't make the mistakes of getting some girl pregnant or whatever, getting to this point of our life, we've all woken up, and those men will never exist again,
Ever
ever.
again? Nope, nope, nope. And the thing is, guys, you know how there's certain words like hating. Like, how do we not have a like hating's a relatively new word, right? Like it, the word hating started in like the late 90s, early 2000s. But once that word happened, it was so perfect. You don't know how we didn't have a word for it before. People have been hating forever, but we didn't have the word. Simping, right? How has there never been simping was never a word, but it works so well. We were simping, the guys have been simping in the friend zone for so long, right? And it's so prevalent now with OF and all this other stuff. You have all these dudes that just honestly think that they're gonna meet some hot chick who's using them for rides, and this isn't trying to be some woman. Look, if you are dumb enough to be in the friend zone and you are already, then you deserve to get got, right?
Honestly.
You deserve to get got. But there are guys that honestly just don't know. Once you know the information, it's up to you as a man to step up and say, look, guys, I am not going to get got anymore. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much that you can take.
Yeah.
Oh, with someone else join the panel. What's up, Da? How you been?
Going on, AJ? How's it?
All right, man. What's going on? We're talking about the friend zone, homeboy, the dungeon, the bowels of the ship. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, all right, guys, question, and I'm gonna drop the link here to see if anyone wants to call in a couple minutes. But do you think that there's a way out of the friend zone?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Who
Go
said
ahead,
yes?
Doc. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. All right. How do you get out of the friend zone for the viewers?
Just fuck away, like just leave. You know, um, you're just wasting your time there. In fact, you're being disrespected. Like your feelings are not being validated.
Facts.
Right? So, I mean, even if like think about this, right? You stayed in the friend zone. And let's say you got lucky after a year of trying or like playing the friend, right?
Mhm.
I mean, do you think that women would respect you?
Nope.
Like she can put you back in the friend zone in no time if she wants.
And if she did fuck you, it would be pity sex anyways. And who wants that? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly, and
Yeah.
like you're
Well,
going to be emotionally damaged, and
there's only one way out of it, and it's the long game, but it's also the most nefarious. You're friends with a girl in your 20s, and you get your game up, get your money up, don't have any children. Wait till she hits 35. Then you'll be out of the friend zone real quick. But the problem is,
so you're waiting there past the wall.
yeah, yeah. Be on the other side of the wall, so when she crashes through it, you know, be there to pick her up off the ground, because she'll be all about you then. But then you got to you got to struggle with what Dov was talking about. She's not going to respect you. You may be getting the box, but she's not going to respect you, and she's going to want your resources and your seed to have children.
Yeah,
So
that's facts. And even then, or she'll get your resources and then divorce you and leave. You know what I'm saying? But I think that there's no way, like, out of the friend, like, once you're in there, you see all these dating coaches and all this stuff saying, "Oh, guys, these are the 4 ways out of the friend zone." It's impossible. And you know what the worst part is, guys, and anyone in the chat, drop a 1 if you think that this is true. Do you see all these female dating coaches on YouTube trying to tell men how to get out of the friend zone? Would you ever in your right mind listen to any of them? Come on.
never. No.
Come on. I would
Ever.
rather listen to a woman trying to tell me how to fix the carburetor on my muscle car than
Yeah.
text to a woman trying to tell me how to get out of the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. Raymond,
How is it like? I don't understand. Like, how do you like? I don't even know there were steps to get out of the friend zone.
Yeah,
It's a whole industry, bro.
Yeah, it's a whole industry, bro. Oh, a whole industry. You know, this
Like,
is YouTube. So
don't be a plan B on somebody's life.
Yep, that's true.
Right. And no self-respecting man should be a friend to a woman he's sexually attracted.
That's fact.
Period.
Yeah,
Facts. Straight up.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's facts, man.
Wait.
You're
Does anyone have any friend zone stories? Like friend zone stories where so did you have a friend zone story where you ended up giving too much to a girl that was a friend, had to cut her off? Do you have any friend zone stories where it worked out and you got sex from the girl?
I have a friend zone story, but it's really weird.
Hey, great content.
And
Let's
I
go.
mean,
Raymond's got the weird stories.
Really weird. So I liked this girl. She was cute, and I was like, all right, cool. I really liked her. We started talking. We had a lot of things in common. She'd always laugh, that thing. So we're texting and whatever, and I'm like, I tell her, hey, I'm attracted to you. I like you. Let's see if we can take things to another level. Let's go out on a date or something. She was like, okay, cool. And I was like, all right, great. I'm in. So I go to the restaurant. She's late. I text her. Hey, I'm at the restaurant. Where are you? She arrives and she brings her boyfriend.
Oh
my
no.
God. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah. And you know what hurt the most? Her boyfriend was my best friend.
Oh no.
Did you know that was her boyfriend at the time, or did you find out right then?
No, I did
Come
not
on,
know.
man.
You've been
I
had.
didn't know.
You've been took. You've been hoodwinked.
I was
Bamboozled.
Dude, it's savage out here on these streets, man.
I was like, oh my God. At that moment, I was like, you know what? That's it. I'm done.
All of us dudes take L's, man. Because I remember I was in the friend zone in my 20s. This is during college, right? And there's this chick, and she was fine too. Friend zone, man. Kiss of death, scorpion sting, right? And I was like, oh man, I'm gonna chill with this chick. And it was one of those where I would like be at her house and we fall asleep on the couch together and all this other stuff. And then my homeboy knew her from like his hometown. And he was like, dude, that girl was the biggest skank in high school. I was like, oh, I was like, so then I disappeared. I was like, wait a minute, I ain't gonna be friends though by no skank chick. And she's like, where'd you go? Why don't we hang out anymore? I was like, I don't think so, man. But see, that's just the thing. Once you learn about that you're in the friend zone, you just gotta dip. Now, if you want to stick and stay, you're a total knucklehead. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Then that's your own fault.
so I grew up when I was younger, and I was a nice guy in my early 20s, but I learned the game because I went to college, and uh, I moved away from my home city and went to a college where they they just partied it up. So I learned the game in undergrad, and I came back to my hometown, and I had a whole list of women that were like, oh, I see you like my brothers and that whatever. But when I came back and I had a new attitude, I literally had a list, and I was like, if these girls ever cross my path again, I'm just gonna be direct and not play this nice guy stuff. And I'd say I crossed half the girls off the list. It's just it's
Savagery,
just
pure savagery.
it's just it's just a mindset. If you get stuck in the friend zone, you gotta do or die it, put up or shut up type of deal. Make sure to be put the girl who's in a situation where you communicate and say, hey, look, like I want to do this, and if you don't see me that way, well then duck out, because there are a small percentage of women where if you're just direct, especially in a situation that's favorable to sex happening, there is a chance, but you got to be willing to walk away from that afterwards. Either
Look,
do or die it.
so this kind of boils down to the other question, right?
Mhm.
Do you think that men and women can even be friends at all? Like, do you have any female friends? Because my stance is men and women can't even be friends, honestly, unless she's your friend from like grade school, or maybe she's like uh uh you someone that you've met not romantically. So maybe she's a really cool coworker, or maybe and even then, but or maybe yeah, but if there's rare instances where maybe it was just platonic from the jump because there was like it was at your job or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I really don't think men and women can be platonic friends because
It
it just
just
doesn't end
doesn't.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, especially like, all right, you guys go out, party or whatever. You guys are both getting wasted. Next thing you know, it's just awkward. I don't want to deal with that awkwardness. Like I'll admit I have one female friend. Well, I wouldn't even really consider her a friend, more like an acquaintance. But like we met at the retirement home that I used to work at. So I was like, all right, she's cool. She trained me my first few days. I was like, all right, yeah, we talk or whatever. But it's not like I don't see her as anything else but like a coworker. But like if I'm attracted to you and I gotta suppress that, which is just it's weird that you would even have to. It's like you're a man. Just be like, all right,
Yeah,
I'm attracted to you. Are you attracted to me? If not, all right. Have a
and
nice
then
day. I'm gonna
and
keep
it's
it going.
unequal. It's unequal power imbalance, right?
Yeah,
Because then
yeah.
she knows that that the feelings are not equal. And anytime that a woman has any type of power over you, social, economic, social, uh, emotional, it's not going to turn out good, guys. Right? It's just
Mm.
not. And hey, call it what you will, but you just gotta be smart about things and then maximize the amount of effort you're putting out. You're basically
Yeah,
throwing effort, time, and emotion down the toilet
yeah. I
in
have
the
I
for
have a
themselves.
best friend who we've been friends since 2008 because we met at work, and she's been married the whole time. I'm good friends with her husband and stuff, but we um she's the thing, don't have a lot of girlfriends, if any, and if you do, the most important thing is the comfort and convenience level. Don't ever let any person in your life take more than what you're comfortable with and what's convenient. And the only reason why her and I have been friends for so long is because you know I just never have to go over my comfort and convenience level when we're friendship wise. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, she doesn't run me crazy. So, but just one. But yeah, I would say in general, men and women can't be friends because women just cost too much time. They ask too much from guy friends. They just ask way too much. It's too much work.
Yeah, that's true.
I would say, you know, the only way that uh, uh, you know, men and women can be friends is that like if there is like mutually there is no sexual desire between them, right?
Yeah,
Like
Yeah,
that's
so
facts.
yeah,
if they genuinely don't have any sexual desire, then they could be friends. Or also like if they're attracted to the same sex, and then that way they can be friends. But other than
there you
that,
go.
I mean, like you can have like a friend kind of relationship with a woman, and I think that's good. But like you said, either you have to know that person through work, and there are consequences of dating that person, or that person through a different situation where that sexual desire is not optional, right? In that case, I think men and women can be friends. But you going after a woman uh and express your feelings, and she's telling you you're gonna be friends, is just an absolute lie, because she knows that you want something else. And accepting being a friend, knowing that you want something else, is just like a friendship based off of lies, right? So like it's just not gonna work.
Well, well, I don't know. There's always going to be some simp that says, "Oh, you guys are being mean," blah blah blah. But it's like, what do you get in return? Selfishness is not necessarily a bad thing, especially as a man who's getting older, right? And you're trying to set yourself up for the rest of your life. You
What do you
understand?
mean by being selfish?
Selfish means having your own interests first, right?
Yeah, there's a
Right?
lot of
No, but
Because
words.
that's not even an interest. That's a feeling. That's something that you want, right? Like so, like why would anybody ask you to suppress things that you want
that's
and
true.
settle for something that you don't actually want? And
Because
then
modern women, that's why.
yeah, and then also like think about this, right? So what are you getting by being a friend? Okay, so like think about this.
You're getting
You
fucked, or
yeah,
excuse me,
like
you're not getting fucked, right?
you're like every move that person makes, like think about like your friend, right? And now she's going to tell you about her dates, uh her pains and sorrows and all these emotions and stuff, and now you have to treat all of that. And I think that's actually selfish for a woman to do that, because like
Facts.
that's not even thinking how that emotionally going to affect you, because she should understand that you had some sort of feelings for her, right? And then she's telling you about the things that you want to do to her that she's done with another person, right? Like so, like I mean, let's say you're discussing all of this stuff over dinner or lunch, and then you got into your car and you're driving home, and like think about the feelings that you're gonna uh, entertain or like go through while driving home. Like I don't think that's a healthy way to be friends with someone, you know.
A good old mute button, right? But yeah, so I agree. And a lot of it is that you go there. She goes, "Oh, I'm in a bad mood. Can you take me to dinner?" So you pick her up and take her to dinner. "Oh, I forgot my wallet. Can you pay?" Duh, okay. Not that I've ever done this. Duh, okay, duh, right? Then she goes, "Okay, bye," and then she drives over to old King Dingaling's house, and then he's smashing. So you did all the emotional baggage, and then you ain't getting none. You know what I'm saying? It's terrible.
I actually
Yeah,
found an article about the differences between the male friend zone and the female friend zone. Uh, can I share and we can go over it
yeah,
real quick?
yeah, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna hit the share button. Present share screen. Uh, hold on 1 second. Let me make sure to put it. Okay, and then you can let me know if you agree with this here. Okay, 1 second. Okay, can you see it?
Yep.
This is on EV, and EV is actually a pretty good site. You know, they're not a feminist site at all. They actually call out feminist behavior, but we're going to go over this real quick. It says men and women have very different versions of the friend zone by Keelia Clarkson. This is on March of 2021. It says friend zoning isn't a one size fits all affair. Turns out men and women both use the friend zone, they just do it differently. It says, men and women have their fair share of differences from the way we communicate to what we look for in a partner, blah, blah, blah. By now, we've all heard friend zone, a term to illustrate a situation in which one person wishes to enter a romantic relationship with someone while the other person would rather keep the relationship platonic. Do we agree on that? Yes or no? Anyone? Hello? Is everyone else on mute? Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Sorry, I stepped away. Can you read the article again?
Okay, yeah, hold on. Uh, okay, let me know when. So yeah, so according to this article, it says um, we've all heard of the friend zone, a term to illustrate a situation in which one person wishes to enter a romantic relationship with someone while the other person would rather keep the relationship platonic. Do we agree on that definition? Yes or no?
Yeah, I think that's what it is, right?
Okay. So, because this article is talking about the difference between the male friend zone and the female friend zone. We all think of the friend zone as a place only women have the power to utilize, and only men are subject to banishment by the female object of his affection. Yeah, but that's generally the most visible friend zone. It says this explains why, for years, the concept of a friend zone has been deemed sexist. We only ever imagine a man complaining that a woman didn't fall in love with him in exchange for his basic kindness of friendship. Friend zone was painted as yet another piece of evidence that men thought they were entitled to women's bodies. But what if that's not totally true? What if it's not just men who get friend zone and women who get friend zone? We talk about the women and the classic friend zone. It's no secret that women are typically more emotionally intelligent and relational than men. We're more likely to offer empathy and a listening ear when our friends are venting. When a woman friend zones a guy, she's looking for all the emotional intimacy of a relationship without giving him sex or physical forms of affection. Can we agree on that? Yes or no?
Uh, I don't agree with that, man. Like, I don't think it's emotionally being weak or being emotionally superior. Like, you know, sex doesn't make you emotionally weak, or I don't think sex is like.
Well, no, you're not reading it. What this means is a woman wants all the emotional benefits of having you in her life as a man, i.e., she's banging some toxic guy who she can't relate with emotionally, who because that guy doesn't want to hear about her day, doesn't want to hear about her problems, doesn't want to hear about her family life. So he's getting sex, but then she comes over to your house and talks to you like you're one of the girls. And complains to you about the guy that she's sleeping with because he's emotionally unavailable. That's what this is saying.
knowing that the other guy, like she's venting to, has um, uh, like feelings for her, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they always say chicks like variety, right? I mean, men like variety. We want to smash on something new all the time. Attention from guys is the same. Attention from guys to girls is the same as sex from girls to guys. We want to smash a new girl every night. A girl wants attention from a new guy all the time. She she wants one guy to cry to about this, one guy to take her there, one guy to this. They want this combination, this smorgasbord of simps that are paying attention to them that they're not sleeping with. It is what it is. It isn't right. It isn't wrong. It just is what it is, you know?
Yeah. So I mean, I would agree with this 100% because in my early 20s, I've been that guy. Why can't I find a guy like you? I'm right here though. Why can't Chad, act like you? But I act like me, but homeboy's getting sex and I'm not. So let's move on. Um, she'll treat him no differently from the way she treats her closest female friends, seeking and offering advice, processing her pain with him, looking for emotional intimacy and creating a relationship brimming with trust, safety, loyalty, and long talks over glasses of wine. You see what I'm talking about? She may even expect him to do more boyfriend tasks like helping her move, driving her home to make sure she's safe, or fixing her car. She wants all the benefits of a relationship without having to get physical. And that is the friend zone for guys. That is your death sentence.
So in all
That
this,
really is death. Like,
what
Yep.
guy
no.
get,
Go ahead.
like in this situation, right? Like, this thing is listing all this stuff that women do and get, right? But like, I didn't see anything that's a guy's getting from this friendship.
Yeah,
That's the
100%.
point.
Yep, that's the point.
So like, why even like have that why put yourself in that situation in the first place?
Because America raises boys. We have a media run by women. A lot of these guys as mothers were the strongest voices in their household. That just like you okay, growing up in America, we have this term called doing the right thing or the right thing to do, and it's been co-opted by women. The
Mm.
right thing to do is to be there for a woman emotionally. Even think about happy wife, happy life and relationship. Men have been taught to give up their interests for women, and that's where this comes from. Once again, even I'd argue in the black community there aren't enough fathers in the home, but in America in general, the voice of the man has been silenced in the home. Happy wife, happy life. So boys are just taught give everything you have for nothing, and if you give enough, a girl might have sex with you. No. So let's get down to the men part. Men and the hookup buddy. Because once again, like I said earlier in this conversation, the coin flips. Women don't want to give you sex and want everything, but then if you achieve, guys, women want a relationship and you don't have to give them anything. Remember all these times when you were younger where they were getting all this out of you for nothing. Men and the hookup buddy. We're all aware of the fact that men are generally less emotionally driven and sentimental in their friendships and relationships. Male friendships usually center around doing or achieving something together or bonding over shared interests and careers. You might assume that when a guy wants to friend zone a girl, he'll just ignore her, keep her at arm's length, or ask her to introduce him to her cute friend, which sometimes they do. Uh, Stay up, kings. But that's not the only way guys go about friend zoning. And instead, plenty of guys pursue a no strings attached casual sexual relationship. The relationship is also about physical companionship with no commitment or emotional connection. Welcome to the world of the hookup buddy. Sure, he's calling you up late on Friday nights for Netflix and chill. He might even bring you to a party to meet his friends. But somehow the relationship never graduates out of the sleep together, hanging out phase. And and that's exactly, I'm telling you, when you hit 35, guys, and women start trying to find a guy who they want to settle down with, this is what happens. and don't have any problem friend zoning these women. Friend zone them. Let them taste exactly what they did to us when they were younger.
And you know that women can't stand to be friend zoned. Oh no, no, no. Where they're the ones who are trying to hang out with you, and you're like, I'm busy. I'm just chilling. Like, but why not? Why can't we? Blah blah blah. Oh, that hurts. There you go, big time.
100%. Yep. And so let's go through the rest of it. It says, because men don't normally experience emotional intimacy from their male friends, it's confusing for them to encounter a relationship that includes that kind of closeness and support, but doesn't include romance. To most men, this kind of openness, blah, blah, blah. Men can end up feeling taken advantage of for their time and masculine presence by a woman who has no intention of letting them actually date her 100%. On the other hand, despite culture's push to normalize and glorify casual, meaningless hookups, women typically find it more difficult than men to not become more emotionally attached after sex due to their biological wiring. Normally end up expecting the relationship to develop into something more serious, even if she says she's fine with keeping things casual, because for the female body, sex isn't casual. Eventually, a girl in this situation will feel used and strung along for a relationship that never culminated. She's left heartbroken and confused about why she's good enough to sleep with, but not good enough to date. We tend to focus solely on the ways women friend zone men and assume a woman's approach to friend zoning is only one, but it turns out it's not exclusively for women to use. I'm just going to bookend this by saying women created this dynamic. You can't sex in the city and then for the first 32 years of your life and then wonder why guys don't want to commit. And I'm gonna close this article by saying women have been telling men for 50 years men don't men men don't owe no women women don't owe men their bodies, women
Yeah,
don't owe
women don't
men
owe men
their
anything.
time,
Yep.
blah blah blah. Well, in the name of fairness, men
Yeah,
don't
we
owe
don't
you
owe them
anything either.
anything. Yep. Equal rights and equal, keeping stuff to
Friend zones.
ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it has to be. And now you see girls now, just a Generation X, my generation, where they're past the wall, they're 45, 42, and they're saying, where have all the good men gone? Blah, blah, blah. Now you can't even get guys that you can friend zone anymore. That's why they're saying, where have all the good men gone? Because the simps ain't even checking for them anymore. You know what I'm saying? So now what? Now they're just sitting by themselves with a box of wine and a dog.
Or a cat.
But yeah, man. Ultimately, I don't believe men and women can even be friends, and I think that any guy who has female friends is foolish. And I know that we're going for about 45 minutes, but guys, part 2 of this. Any girl who has all guy friends, one of those, I just have a bunch of guy friends. Run fast and run far, because it's not worth it. It's not. It's not. All she is an attention. You know
Yes,
what?
actually, that's a good telltale sign uh, whether a woman is really uh, dedicated to a relationship or not. So, like in my experience, uh, girls who uh, keep
And we,
around
and we know Daw
a
has a
friend.
lot of experience.
Listen, girls who tells you, "Oh, he's just a friend." That dude is the one that's going to be smashing you, girl, the day she break up with you. In most cases, so like when the girl tells you like, "Oh, he's just a friend," and I have like male friends, and if she's like
Yeah, he's a backup
telling you
nigga.
on a regular, like she's not invested in that relationship. I mean, like I like I've seen this with like a lot of my friends, um, you know, women coworkers and all that stuff, right? So like there is no such thing as like So think about this. Let's say you have a girlfriend, like a friend as a woman, right? Like you're just friends. Do you really feel comfortable if you're in a relationship that you would go and talk to that woman, or have a drink, or a dinner or lunch? Do you think like your woman would be okay with it? In most cases, that's not optional for men, but women are allowed to say, he's just a friend. Like you don't need to worry about it, and you're supposed to be okay with it. Like you should not be okay with it. Like you should determine your situation. Like that's like a telltale sign. Like she's still like keeping her options open.
Yep, I agree. I got, yeah. You just laid it out. Um, yeah, it just, yeah, women that have a lot of friends run away from them. Um, when uh, you know, I'm gonna take it back to when you're 35. The I I get vicious when it comes to this topic, man. If you have a friend who comes back around, the hey big head like Kevin Samuels, you should say, and she's looking you up and down like a freaking pork chop because she sees that you're unmarried, successful. Put her in that friend zone for a long time. Get as much as you can. You know what? Smash, wrap it up, and you know what? Hey, give it to him back because all these women who friend zoned you, if you friend zone them, I'm telling you, it's almost equal in love and war. And the only reason why I'm harping on this is because I've got to do this, you know, and it tastes so sweet. It really does. Guys, get your money up. Keep your head down. Work on yourself. And they all come back around. All the women that friend zoned you, all the women that wouldn't give it to you physically, they will come back around and put them in that friend zone. Netflix and chill. You know, use them as dinner dates. Get some, wrap it up, and then just you know, give it to them back. All's fair in love and war out here.
Yeah, and learn to say no. No is pretty much one of the most attractive word on a woman's vocabulary. Like you gotta stand up for yourself, and a man who stands up for himself is attractive.
Absolute facts, guys. So we're gonna switch to one last topic here. Here we go. Drum roll. Kaboom! Here we go, guys. This is a topic that's come up on my channel multiple times, and we're gonna do a whole show on this. But guys, workplace relationships. Would you ever date a person that you were work with, and is it worth it? Do you think so?
I'd say currently, no,
Yeah.
don't do it. I think everyone on this panel was old enough to remember that there was a time where you could date at work. It used to be 60% of people that got 60% of marriages, the people met at work. But it's like, um, one of the biggest struggles is you do so much, like you achieve in your professional life mostly by yourself. You get your education or you get your certifications and then you grind at work and stuff, and because men and women don't build together anymore, they just don't. So y- dating someone at work is you putting all your time and effort that you built up into the hands of another person. That person could say whatever they want about you and you're screwed. Don't go there. Don't. There used to be a modicum of of respect and decency at work. But not anymore though. Like these women will take everything you built and burn the whole place down. So don't go there. No way.
I can't say anything about that because, man, I've been working from home and I have no intention of going back to the office. So that thing is even not an option for me.
He's cracked the code, you guys. He's cracked the matrix. And any guy who would date a woman he works with, you're foolish. You're just an idiot, you know? With all this stuff going on now, all someone has to do, matter of fact, they can even gossip about you. It can even not even be true. But they can see me or Da or Doug MPA. Oh, he left at the same time as Janine. They have to be dating, blah blah blah. And then Janine's like, oh my gosh, this, and then the whole gossip thing starts, and you're getting fired. She isn't, you are. It's just a stupid idea. It's too risky. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't do it. And there's tons of videos. My most popular video, 97,000 views later, is about workplace and dating and stuff. Now women are being ignored. No one's paying attention to them. All because of the M2 thing. Men are saying, you know what? Fuck it. I'm done. I'm not going to mentor you. I'm not going to travel with you. I'm not going to be alone in the office. I'm going to give him the old Mike Pence. And remember, guys, people made fun of Mike Pence for this. They made fun of him. Remember, Mike Pence said that he wouldn't date he wouldn't have any women around unless his wife is there. You know what I'm saying? And people laughed at him. Remember that? But there's one thing, I'm not a big Mike Pence fan, but one thing you won't see is him getting in some type of SA scandal. You know? Here it is. Here it is. One second. Look at that. Vice President Pence has never dine alone with women rule isn't honorable. It's probably illegal. So they're trying to say that a guy that's trying to be safe, look, that he's trying to be safe and says, look, I don't work with women if they're attractive. I'm too tempted. And if they're not attractive, what's the point?
Yeah.
Now he's just saying, look, like I don't want them around, right? And it says, here we go. Pence's defender said he was merely acting prudently, expressed amazement at all the fuss. Here we go, guys. Yet we know that women pay a heavy price for behavior that either resembles his or falls on the same continuum. We know this from anecdotal reports and surveys of women who report exclusion from travel, events, or one-on-one meetings with male bosses, or from cases in which men have fired female subordinates to jealous wives, and from decades of employment discrimination. Boo fucking who. Why might men refuse to work with women, either generally or one in particular? Some fear that temptation will cause them to overstep a marital boundary by having a consensual affair. Others fear that just the appearance of a sexual or romantic liaison, which could provoke jealousy and concerns about SA, reputational harm to the male boss. Some fear accusations of harassment against which they can't defend themselves because there aren't any witnesses. And assuming those fears are legitimate, which they are, surely there are ways to alleviate them. That's nice coming from a woman. How much you want to bet that a chick wrote this, guys? Of course. Why are guys, why are they even worried? Why are they even worried? Well, you aren't the one risking anything. Men should just magically, psychically know what every woman's boundaries are. No. Muhammad Ali said, look, some snakes aren't poisonous, right? But if there's 10,000 snakes, do you want me to actually sit there and stop and figure out which ones aren't? Or am I going to run from all of them? You know what I'm saying? And that's how things have to be. They have to. I mean, what? How can you shame a person from actually doing the right thing? And that's how much that we're living in clown world these days.
This subject is the ultimate example of because everything has to be filtered through a female lens now. Like the women, they don't want to be approached at work, but then you still have to interact with them, but how they feel you need to interact with them. The world wasn't built that way. It just wasn't. So men, we're not mind readers. We have stuff we have to do. I think it was China doesn't let women wear makeup to work anymore. Like,
And everyone dresses the same. They wear uniforms, or they all have that bowl haircut. You know what I'm saying? And they say that women be any
there's some kind
type.
of noise in the background, like someone's listening
Oops.
to something.
But yeah, so and they make them all wear that bowl cut and uniforms. You know what I'm saying? And it keeps this from happening. Now, that'll never happen here because we're not going to make those extreme changes, but we can make those changes in our minds, guys. They're not going to change the law, so we have to change the law of our minds. We have to
And
understand the risk.
also, here's the thing: men, we're born and raised to play the game of life. Women are just now on a whole different level than women. Women think that they want the smoke, and they're trying to get into this playing the man's game. Biggest difference between men and women is a man can lose. No, a man can win whether he's with a woman, around women, or he can win if he's by himself or just around men. Armies are just most armies are men are soldiers around other male soldiers, but most women can't win by themselves. They just can't. So guys, you know, if the game is rigged, you can still win by not playing the game. This whole workplace relationship thing, it's a game, and it's rigged against you. So just don't play, and you can still win.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it, guys. It's too much risk. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and also just don't pull out your dick at work.
That's
Nice
facts,
and
man.
simple.
Yeah, that's facts. But there's tons of other chicks in the world. There's fish in the sea. So what do you got to do this for? Are you that much of a bozo? You guys, who's complaining about this the most? It's women. Oh, I can't meet anyone because work is all I have. Work is all I have. So what am I supposed to do? That's your own fault, Becky. Keisha, get a life. You know what I'm saying? So, but cool. All right, you guys. Well, I appreciate it. We can wrap this one up, but we're gonna start doing the panel podcast live. So I hope that you guys can call in again, and we'll have some more topics, and we'll make this a good time. Do anyone have any closing words?
Yeah, I'll close by saying, um, I'm just gonna say it one last time, guys. All the women that friend zoned you, they're gonna come back around. Don't have any children. Get your money up. Get your status up, and just watch them come back around. And I I live that petty life over here, so be petty with it too. It's some of the sweetest juice you could taste is friend zoning a woman that friend zoned you when you were younger. It's one of life's greatest rewards. So just hold, if I can leave you just by saying that.
Doc, do you have any last words of encouragement? Wrap up word. I think you might be muted, my friend. I think that the tech algorithm's got him. But all right, guys, this is AJ. Thanks for listening to this episode of the AJ's Panel Podcast Live. And yeah, guys, honestly, you have to audit all of the relationships you have, friends, girls you're messing with, and just do the cost benefit analysis. You have to. If you're putting too much effort into any friendship, you're not getting anything out of it. Dip. But there's no reason, guys, especially as a young man that's trying to get his money up, to be friends with women. Don't do it. Don't do it, because all you're gonna get is screwed over. And you see it all the time in places like Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels and all these places where these girls honestly think that they can be friends because they're just getting stuff out of it. Oh, I think I have guy friends and blah 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 blah, and it just doesn't work. But actually, guys, I want to show one more clip before we adjourn, and let me know what you guys think. Give me 1 minute here. 1 second. Let's do one more clip before we adjourn. One second. Here we go. 1 second. Yeah, so let's just do this last clip. Okay. One second, guys. Here we go. And say that.
Since girls have guy friends is the truth about girls who have guy friends. The truth is, one of the main reasons girls have guy friends is so that they can give them relationship advice that they can't get from other girlfriends. Because of this, a ton of guys make the mistake of seeing their girls' guy friends as competition or as their enemies, when in reality they could use it to their advantage. Instead of hating them, being possessive of your girlfriend and telling her she can't hang out with them, make an effort with them instead so that they like you. If they like you, they'll be giving her the right advice on how to act towards you, and they'll be able to make your relationship better from the inside. So don't make that mistake. And another thing, if you're scared of your girl having guy friends, then you need to think about your relationship as a whole, because that means that you don't trust her. Whether it's her not being open and honest enough with you, you not knowing about things, you not knowing about her past, that's a deeper problem in your relationship that needs to be fixed and spoken about.
So, guys,
haram. Haram. That's it. Straight up haram. Women like this, this just, if you be there when she crashes through the wall, just be there. She's exactly what I'm talking about.
To think that she's saying that you have a guy friend who's a guy who shot his shot at you and you dissed him, but you can give him advice about the new girl he's with.
Dude, this is a clown world that we're living in, bro.
Clown world, man. That's all it is. It's clown world.
It makes me sick. It just makes me sick.
Yeah. And the only thing that'll fix it is when men wake the fuck up. Because we do this to ourselves, Men need to wake up and not deal with this foolishness anymore. But all right, you guys. This is AJ. I appreciate the support. Thanks all the viewers. You guys are the best. And I'm out of here.